Good morning. So today is the workshop on master knot of Henry. What is a master knot of Henry? Master knot of Henry is the crisscross between the flexor digitorum longus and the flexor hallucis longus. So if you talk about anatomy, on the flexor aspect or the flexor retinaculum, the innermost structure is the tibialis posterior tendon. The second structure that we see is the flexor digitorum longus, and there is a neurovascular bundle after that, and then there is a structure which is called as a flexor hallucis longus. So both FHL and FDL originates in the deep compartment of the calf on the interosseous membrane and will go down. The FHL will go beneath the sustentaculum tali, and it will go like this to the first toe or the great toe. The flexor digitorum longus will again origin from the deep compartment of the calf, and it will go as the second tendon in the flexor retinaculum, and it will go on the top of the sustentaculum tali, and it will go like this, and it will make four slips to the four small toes, and this crossing in the midfoot, this region is called as the master knot of Henry. Now this master knot of Henry is an area of surgical significance. It is very important for a surgeon to identify and appreciate the importance of master knot of Henry. The third structure which is in close proximity of the master knot of Henry is the medial plantar nerve, and whenever you want to approach the area of the master knot of Henry, you will be very close to the medial plantar nerve. And what is medial plantar nerve? Medial plantar nerve is the larger branch of the posterior tibial nerve, and it supplies the medial 3.5 portion of the sole of the foot. So whenever you want to approach a master knot of the Henry area surgically, you must be very careful of the medial plantar nerve. The other important relevance of the medial plantar nerve in this particular area is there are occasionally incidences of nerve tumors like schwannomas in this particular area, and which can cause symptoms of mass effect. So the master knot of Henry can be altered, and there can be symptoms of pain and restricted movements in the area of master knot of Henry due to large schwannomas in the region of the medial plantar nerve. So we must always take into consideration the medial plantar nerve. Now regarding the anatomy, so as we all know that master knot of Henry is the crossing of the FHL and the FDL, and this was first described by Sir Henry, and he described that there is a fibrous tendinous connection between the FHL and FDL, and he named it as chiasma plantaris, and there are different patterns that he described. So the most common pattern is a single tendinous band which is going from the FHL to the FDL, and this pattern is seen in about 70 to 75% of patients, in which there is a single single facial band which is going from the FHL to the FDL. Now there are other modifications. You may have two bands. You may have two bands from the FHL to FDL and one band from the FDL to FHL, and vice versa. So these can be around 5%. 5% you can have two bands, and 5% you can have two bands and one band, vice versa. Very occasionally you might not have any band, and very occasionally you have very multiple kind of bands. Now what is a clinical relevance? Because FHL and FDL have tendinous bands, so if you do any kind of a tendon transfer, if you release either FDL in this particular area, so if you do like a tenodesis procedure or a tendon transfer procedure for a posterior tibial tendon dysfunction in a region which is proximal to the master knot of Henry, FDL tendon transfer proximal, if you cut the FDL proximal to master knot of Henry, you will not get any problems of the weakness of the foot because the FHL tendon is intact. So all tendon transfers proximal to the master of the Henry are usually safe transfers, and you will not have weakness in the plantar flexion of the foot. The same goes true for the FHL. So if you want to do a FHL transfer for a neglected tendo-Achilles rupture, you will not have problems of weakness of the great toe flexion because the FDL is in connection. So these facial connection between the FHL and FDL are held to a surgeon in disguise. Now there is a syndrome which is called as a chronic intersection syndrome, in which you can have a hypertrophy of the tendon sheath of either FHL or FDL, and which can cause pain in the midfoot region. So chronic intersection syndrome is a known syndrome, and it is caused by the tendon sheath thickening of the FHL and FDL tendon, and it causes pain in the midfoot, and this pain may be radiating to the toes, and this diagnosis can be ascertained by an MRI, in which you will see a significant thickening in the masternode of the Henry area. And you must always consider this diagnosis, the chronic intersection syndrome, as a diagnosis in a midfoot plantar heel pain. Also, you must always keep into considerations some tumors like myxomas and fibromyxomas, which can be there in this area because of the tendon sheath. Also, you can have synovial chondromatosis in this area of masternode of Henry, which can cause these symptoms. There is one other important thing that you must always realize, that FHL is in continuation with the ankle. So if you have swelling or synovitis or effusion in the ankle, then you may have effusion in the FHL tendon sheath, and that you should not treat it as significant. So if you have tendon synovitis, you may have pain in the region of masternode of Henry. So if you may have swelling or effusion in the FHL tendon, and that is usually not considered as significant. But if you have a swelling or effusion or a tendinitis in FHL in absence of an ankle synovitis, then it is significant. So friends, never ignore masternode of Henry in a midfoot kind of pain, and always remember its close association with the medial plantar nerve.